Cut.
Yeah, I think so. I think when you put the weight on it to text, it kind of just. Well, my lord, we gonna get it.
Y'all.
We gonna get
Okay, you say it's.
it. Is it still on?
Okay, it's right there. Turn that
Okay,
one
so we
back
still on.
I'm
Or
keeping
did you
that one on.
restart it?
I didn't restart it.
Okay, so it just came on. It was just interrupted.
Okay.
All right. You could drop the phone.
I didn't drop the phone.
Well, no, you called it. It
This,
fell off
the thing,
legit.
y'all, when I tell y'all,
Tripod.
all I seen was Verizon telling me about what the deductible was to get this phone fixed. Ooh, baby. Ooh.
We back, y'all. Sorry.
Oh, Lord. Thank God for quick hands, Jesus.
Reflexes.
I guess it's a lot of going around today. I'll catch the heck out that vibe.
All right. we
Y'all
ready?
lost my whole train of thought. I didn't.
You okay? There. You didn't drop.
I mean, that mini heart attack you have when you can just see dollar signs flying out your bank account. Like, that's all I saw. Like,
I wonder back in the day they had insurance on them old school phones. I just wonder.
you know they did.
Did they have insurance
On
back in the
that
day?
old gray
That flip-
Kyocera
the
with
one-
that green backlight.
No, the car one. I may be telling my age. You know the one you used to stick in the car, that real big
Oh,
one?
the big one.
I thought we was fancy in the car. You remember the big gray phone in the car? I want those
My
phones
papa
had
on them
insurance.
had one. My papa on them had one.
Girl, I thought we was the stir riding down the street with our phone. You couldn't tell me
Yeah,
nothing.
couldn't tell us nothing.
You couldn't tell me
I
nothing.
love riding the phone with my papa. Just be calling.
Don't be
folks
talking to
just 'cause.
nobody.
Where you at, Nika? In the car with my papa.
Or them pages. Who paged me, girl? Call them back.
Girl, didn't know nobody.
Wait,
I used to walk around with my mama page.
501.
I
You
used to
gotta
walk
wait
around with
for
my
them
mama
to come
page.
across.
Do you? I didn't know that. I just mama had a little page and I thought it was cool that she had got a little green one.
I remember I took my mama page to the school one time. Didn't have nobody to page me, so I was just walking around that recession and push the button to make it beep. And just, oh, somebody paging me. I gotta go to the principal's office and call and see who paging me.
Y'all, I forgot all about that too.
Yeah.
I ain't thought about them
I'm
pages.
gonna give me a pager. Anybody still got pages?
I don't think they so. You might find that pawn shop might come up on
Get
with
a
it.
get a page.
On
Come up with a
Amazon.
pager real
Get us
quick.
a pager. Girl. Oh, my lord. Old
Listen.
school memories.
Okay. So the topic this week is who raised y'all? And you can take that question any way you want to take it. But I would like to know who raised y'all. Somebody let me know. We're talking about parenting throughout the generations, the good, the bad, the indifferent, all of that good stuff. Like, what was your childhood experience when it came to parenting? You know, do you still keep the same methods and I guess ideas or morals that your parents or grandparents or aunts or uncles or whoever raised you? Do you still keep that same tradition going, or have you stick with it but you change a little bit, or have you completely deviated from what they did? Like, I seen what they did and I didn't like it, so now I'm do the complete opposite. Like, what was your experience and what advice do you give? I mean, it's kind of a tricky topic because, and it's kind of sensitive because you have to be, well, I feel like me, I have to be mindful of how I approach it, because I don't want to take anything. I never, ever, ever take anything away from my mama. Mm-hmm. Valerie, hands down, was it. Like, number one. She did her thing. I knew, of course, I know most kids, in the moment, you don't see it. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that sacrifice. You don't see that struggle. You don't see all that. All you see is, I wanted that pair of shoes and my mama didn't get it. She the worst mother in the world. Mm-hmm. But looking back, I realized that me and my brother may not have had everything that we wanted, but we never needed for nothing. Right. Never needed for anything. And if we did, like, we wasn't rich, but we wasn't poor either. And if we did struggle, we never seen that. We never saw the struggle.
Right.
And like, that's one thing I know for sure that I hands down applaud, will forever respect my mama for, because being in it now,
oh God,
oh baby, it is so hard.
That mama didn't have.
It is so hard.
Nah, ours worse.
I think you.
It
I
gotta
think
be
got it
worse.
worse. I think
This is
things
a
are
new
higher
stream
than
of,
I really think so.
I don't know what strand of bills this is, but it can't be the same bills my mama paid.
Mm-mm.
It
And you
can't
know,
be.
back then they didn't even have all this technology. And all
True.
this other stuff we got.
True.
You didn't have 6, 7, 8 different phone lines because you had to get phones, tablets, laptops, watches, earpods that you got to have your own phone number for. And no, we had one phone. We had one
Put it in
phone,
the wall.
and you hooked it in the wall, and it had that cord on
The
it.
cord,
And you
you
better
need-
not go
Too far.
too far,
It's coming out the wall.
or the whole thing coming straight off the wall, and mama gonna get you when she
Or
gets
that
to the house.
dial up. And somebody use somebody's conversation
Yeah.
through the phone through the wall when you dialing up.
Nashawn, what you mean? People always tell you act like a white mama. What is it? Baby, let me sit back so you can tell me what a white mama is, please. Wait a minute. That must mean you don't whoop your kids. Is that what that means? Why do we do that?
What?
It's like,
Like,
if you don't whoop your kids,
But I know
you
black
a white
moms that
mama.
don't whoop their kids either.
I feel like, okay,
I feel
see
like
me,
that's not true.
see with me, growing up, Shanti, my brother got all the whoopings in the house, okay? And the few whoopings that I do remember, well, the big whoopings, I earned them myself.
Mhm.
I earned those whoopings. But my mama didn't too much whoop us, though. Like, we didn't get whoopings all the time, but we didn't have to. Well, I did. I can't speak for Sean. Sean is a whole different story. But for me, I didn't have to get whoopings. Like, I was that quiet, sensitive child. Like, all my mama had to do was look at me, and
Yep.
Straighten up.
and I'm good. I'm good, mama. I'm sorry. I wrote my mama letters all the time. When I knew I was in trouble, I would write my mama, "No, mama, I love you so much. You are so beautiful.
Put some hearts on
And
it,
I'm so sorry. Shanti made me do that, and I want to be like you when I grow up." And I give it to her, and then she loved me all over again. But like, I didn't
People
have
about
to.
my mama crosses and angels.
Look at Jesus. But you can't whoop them when you're mad. You can't whoop them when you're mad.
Dollar
No.
Tree. I guess they don't come up on some stuff. I'm telling you. That's all we had.
No, you can't discipline when you're mad. You,
No.
might hurt him now.
Wow.
You're going to go somewhere.
I'm gonna tell y'all what Justin does, cause he know me and Jesus cool. He know me and Jesus go way back. So what Justin do, and I be trying to have to fight through it and remember that I'm mad, because when Justin knows that I'm pissed and I'm finna whoop him, bro will stop. He literally stopped me one time and asked me, "Mama, can we just pray? Can we just pray? Can we just, mama, don't whoop me. Don't whoop me. Let's just sit down and talk about it, and let's just pray." And I'm like, "Okay, Justin, you got 30 seconds. Pray. I'm not gonna pray with you. You got 30 seconds. Pray." Y'all, that baby sat in that corner and was dead serious. Jesus, please touch my mama heart, Lord. And let her change her mind, Jesus, about whooping me, because I don't want no whoop. No, it's not.
No.
That is sweet.
You can't use Jesus to manipulate.
That's
Gotta
But
whoop
then after you get that first whooping, you
me. And now after I whoop you, you gonna be mad at Jesus. Like, Jesus, why you ain't stopping? I asked you to touch your heart, Lord.
That's
Then you gonna be saying, "Mama, I don't want to go to church no more."
I don't want to go to
Jesus
church.
ain't
I
come
asked
save me.
Jesus to save me from a whooping.
That's a good Jesus lesson. He's not a genie in the bottle. He's not always do what we want us to do.
And see, that's a whole other topic.
See?
'Cause that's something I have to keep telling Justin too. Jesus is not your personal
You don't
genie,
just-
fam. You're not just, "Lord, I wish you would not let my mama whoop me."
And then
this
your
time."
mama just heart.
No.
You gonna get that whooping
No,
afterwards.
right. And you gonna get this whooping real fast, and then afterwards we can sit down and talk to God and ask what you did wrong and how we can fix it and
Yeah,
ask
exactly.
for forgiveness. What Nashawn say, I definitely don't whip my son as often as others. I'm currently a stay-at-home mom. I'd rather have my kid than send him off with any and everybody. I mean, I don't know. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Like with mine, I think I can count on one hand how many times Jordan has got a whooping in his 13 years. And I mean, I would probably need all of our hands to count Justin's whoopings, but it's still not a lot. Like I don't really. I talk to my kids more than me.
I think
tried
that's
it.
the best
And
thing.
That's something different that we
That
didn't
we
have.
did.
That we
When
did
you go-
have.
They better be like,
Right, you talk while you get it.
we don't get no. Okay.
Like, mama, what you
You're
saying?
gonna sit and think about what you did. There's consequences. No, you was whooping and you was trying to understand.
Yeah,
right.
and do this at the same time.
She said.
What did she say? What did I do? What I
You're
do?
gonna hurt me. More than this girl. I used to.
Valerie, who you lying to? Who you lying to?
So
Because this belt ain't hit you the way it hit me. Unless you catching it on the back.
Don't let it bounce back. Don't let you know they gonna hit you twice.
Because they mad because they done got hit. Girl. Yeah, it's different. I just.
But I don't try not to whoop my kids. I try not to, and most times I don't have to. Like with Justin, he's gotten out of the two of them. Justin has gotten the most whoopings, but even then, it's to the point to where by the time I actually put my hands on him,
I done told you 50 11
I done told you as many times as I can possibly tell you.
Because we don't want to do it.
I don't want it, y'all. It takes so much energy.
It does, but
It
then
takes so much
you
energy.
have to do it.
That's a workout.
Because you have to correct them because people out here don't care about them like you do.
Right.
So you rather come from me with love than somebody who just don't care. So here's another number, another statistic.
I
So
wonder how
don't let
many
me
people
get you.
whoop their kids.
Heart to heart with mine, even though he's 2, and you have to start
Yes.
now. You have to start now. It don't matter that he is 2 years
They
old.
understand. I have a 2 and a 4-year-old, and they understand. I talk to my kids. I sit down and I talk to them.
Yeah. You're right. Too much of either can be
Balance.
dangerous.
You
Yeah,
gotta
like you
balance.
have to. I feel like you have to. I mean, that's in the Bible. That's in the book.
Yeah.
Spare the rods for the child. You have to whoop them. You cannot not whoop them. You have to whoop them. But I feel like at the same time, there's other ways to redirect your child.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it's something that can be talked about.
Right. Especially when it's something that can be talked about, because it like you have to. I feel like it's you have to let them know what it is they did wrong, and why it was wrong, what they did wrong, why it was wrong, and what the consequences could be later on. Like I let Justin know now that with his, he's 8 years old, he has his little lying, manipulative behavior or whatever. But I let him know that okay, at 8 years old, you can get in trouble at school, you can get your recess taken away, you can get the little fun Friday taken away from you, get electronics taken away at home, but baby, once you now it ain't no discrimination. They taking them at 8 and locking them up.
They charge them as adults, as teenagers.
And will charge you as an adult.
Yeah.
So so I make sure that I let him know that okay, this is what happens here. This is the consequence here. But if you keep this behavior going, and them other folks gotta get to you, it ain't nothing I can do for you.
You would've wished I
Me
was
being your
whooping you.
mama can't save you. I'm trying to save you now, and that's what I try to get across in the conversations with him first. Is letting him know that me sitting down and letting you know that this is what we facing out here, and this is you facing more than I am.
I think it's time to change.
Because I'm a black female, but you a black male, so you facing a whole different world of foolery and shenanigans.
True.
And this is what they're looking for. And if you're giving them what they're looking for, they're going to do exactly what they want to do with you and to you. And we all know who that is.
Right.
I try to correct him like that, and it's not wanting to, scared straight or nothing like that, but it's just the truth. And I feel like that truth, that method of it, taking it that way, will have a longer lasting effect than grabbing the belt
and just whooping them.
and whooping them and then go in your room and sit down. You know what I'm saying? Get out of my face.
What do I do?
We gonna have a conversation, but if I have to keep coming back to this, then it's gonna be a 3-part conversation.
I can tell you.
It's gonna have to be a 3-part.
I agree.
But
I agree.
there's that. What else major difference do we have with the generational?
Food.
Oh, his father's a police officer. So he police.
Oh.
So he's police with daddy.
Oh.
So he's probably gonna have a really positive outlook then.
Oh.
I mean,
yeah.
go
Nashawn, I might slide in your inbox because I might. We might need to recruit. We might need to recruit and get a little conversation started.
Yeah.
Over
I like
here.
that. Good.
So serious.
Have somebody come sit them down.
Have somebody come sit down and let them know what's really going on.
Exactly.
Sis said food. Food is different.
Yes, that's on one of my lists.
Back in the day, baby, McDonald's was a privilege, honey. McDonald's was a privilege. If Mama pulled up the McDonald's, we knew that we had been the best children that God had ever created. And it wasn't no 4 for 4.
These kids so privileged nowadays.
Kids these days have more entertainment
Yeah.
than we did. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we have more fun.
There
Okay.
it is.
These was different.
They
I
had
had
more
more fun
entertainment, but we
outside.
had more. We had more fun.
Fun
We
playing
more fun.
outside all
We had
day
more fun.
long. I feel like that was the best summers of my life versus these little tablets and this Facebook and
Because
this.
we wasn't
Right,
sitting
you know
there
what I'm
watching
saying?
other people
But
play.
We was playing.
we was playing. We weren't watching
was
Ryan on YouTube playing. We were actually out there playing.
Are y'all kids doing that too? Or
I don't-
do
I don't let
y'all
them watch
kids sit up
mine
on
like that.
YouTube
I
and
don't-
watch 5-minute crafts and watch other kids play video games and watch other kids? Like, Justin will sit for hours and watch this little boy. No, it's this grown man. It's a grown man that has the Power Ranger action
They
figure
play with those little toys
collectibles.
and talking and
And
stuff. I can't
he's
stand
opening them and he's just showing, like,
it. I
it's just
can't
a
stand
demonstration.
it. I hate this.
He opens them and he shows what it is and he talks about them and all that, and then he goes to the next one and he opens it and he tells Justin will sit and watch that for hours.
Oh, he
Or
do.
he will sit and watch people play Minecraft for hours.
Wow.
Don't want to play it, but he'll watch other people play it.
I don't get it.
And then they sit and they watch 5-minute crafts do be.
Now,
That'd be
some
nice.
of
Some
Or
of
the
them-
I didn't
bacon.
look on some 5-minute crafts.
Now.
The bacon stuff. My daughter used to
The
watch the
5-minute crafts be
Yeah,
good. Some of them be kind of good.
cake-
Oh, they make
cake
cakes.
shows,
I
they
be
make
learning
cakes.
too.
They love watching people.
We didn't have all of that though.
No, and I limit it because I don't think it's healthy. I limit it. I don't. But when they at other people's houses, I can only tell them what I want. But when they're with me, I'm not turning the
They
TV
didn't
off.
barely watch TV. I don't
Turn
think
that
they have
tablet
watched
off.
TV since school started.
I don't believe in that. I think it's best to connect with the outside world and your family and your friends.
Well, see, I
So.
see that and I get that and I agree with that.
That's another thing that's not the same anymore.
That's not the same either.
Communication.
That's not the same either because now, and I seen a post about it on Facebook the other day about how you have family that want to charge you to keep your kids. That was you that said that. I know I seen it somewhere else.
I'm not even gonna talk about. I'm not even gonna talk about that.
That was me.
I can't. I'm scared if I check the inbox, my inbox, that it's
Yeah, let's not check
it's gonna cut off. But Miss
Yeah.
Tanya's trying to say something to me. Hold on. I gotta see.
If you drop it again,
Okay.
she can't pull it back up. She can back and catch the line.
Yeah. Can you see if you can tag her in it?
Let me
Because
try.
she's probably, is that playing? Is it still playing?
It's messed up. It's frozen.
Are we still here? Okay.
Uh-huh.
We're here on there.
I'm still playing.
Okay.
Let me see if I can. I have to go in here and tag. I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it.
What was this?
Oh, you were saying something.
yeah,
I was saying
like-
being connected with the environment, not just being on the tablet and
Well, even
TV
with
all the
that,
time. I know you
like,
said you had.
I know how much stuff has changed since we were kids. Like, I won't even let mine go outside. Mine can't go outside.
Well, I gotta be
It cannot
real.
go outside.
I don't think that has anything to do with like them being kids per se. I think it's more so the fact that everything that's happening now outside,
Yeah, it's scary.
folks want to snatch kids and
It's not
you know want to
I
ride
can't-
up and
can't
you
right.
don't know exactly
Like they
what's
getting snatched out of their own front yards. Like I can't.
I believe in going. Is she? What's her name?
You're not friends with her.
Oh, I
it's not
can't
gonna
pull her up. I do believe in. I go. I mean, mine of course little. I have to go with them. I do think they should be supervised. But I think they still need that outside connection. But you do have to be more careful because there is a lot going on, and people are on the computers and the phones trying to snatch them up
Yeah.
too. So you just have to be. The Bible.
And
You just
it's-
gotta. Well, that's not biblical. You just gotta watch as well as pray. I don't know if it's biblical now. You just gotta watch
It is.
everything.
It's in there somewhere.
Like my
You gotta-
kids' tablet, like I'm on there, I'm watching because it's predators everywhere.
You would stand balance.
I think you need a balance.
It's a,
They
it's a
do.
balance between good and bad. You
It
gotta have
is
good
a balance. What's her
I-
name? So I can friend her. I'm
It's
sorry.
Tanya Bennett, I believe. I don't.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to friend her. Hopefully she'll accept.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. I'm honestly afraid to send my kids outside, like because it's not like we used to get up early Saturday mornings after we ate our cereal and
All
watched our
day
TV,
long.
and probably about 11, 12 o'clock when the sun is at the highest. That's when we get shipped outside.
To the street lights.
And
come
we
on.
stay outside till about 7, 8 o'clock when them street lights come on. Then we go back in the house, and we was straight. We was good. Didn't have to worry
As
about.
mama house was clean. you didn't have to worry
As long
about
as that house was clean and that meat was taken out the freezer, we was good.
And I
We
think
was good.
that goes back to having more of a village.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah.
okay, your neighbor see you do, come here, I'm gonna whoop you now. Don't
Yeah.
touch my kid, don't be putting this
Yeah, because our neighbors used to tell us.
We were getting pretty for them because they had kind of the same.
We knew whose house we could go in
Right.
and whose house we couldn't go
Right.
in. Okay, you can go over Brittany's house, but don't you take your butt over there in Ashley's house. 'Cause
Right.
Ashley mama don't keep her house clean. Ashley
Right.
mama got roaches. Don't go over Ashley house, but you can go to Brittany house.
Or she wasn't, looking out for her own kids, so you knew yours wasn't gonna be watching.
Right.
She don't watch her own.
Right.
What are yours?
Or you can go over there, but don't eat nothing.
You know what I'm saying? So
But I think that's one thing that
we
my mama
losing our
did, too.
village.
She didn't allow us, like, even some family members. She didn't even allow us to go spend the night at their house.
Cause you don't know what folks be having behind closed doors now. My mom was big on that, and I'm grateful for that. And that's something I did stick with. You ain't going to spend. You don't know what folks got going on in their house. You just don't. No matter the family or not, you don't know.
And that's
you just
the
don't
scariest
know.
part. That's the scariest.
You just don't know
thing. Because it don't be. It don't be the great uncle. That
It's the young.
it's
the
the
folks you least-
cousin they age.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's the cousin they age that you be like, okay, go over there and play with little Junebug now, and then little Junebug be the one that's filling all up on
Right.
Tay Tay.
But little Junebug got that from somewhere, and that's when the research got to begin. Yeah, and that's a whole other topic for another day.
That definitely.
And you got to have that spirit of discernment. Yeah, you just really got to really be watchful for your kids.
Oh,
Yep. It's a lot. I'm trying to think of any other differences. I think our really biggest thing is the technology, and then I feel like we're losing the village.
I think
feel
that
we're
we're
losing
no,
it.
I think the biggest thing in a generational parenting
Mm-hmm.
is the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have, not all of us in this generation, in our generation, but I feel like a lot of us, and I have no clue where it came from. Somebody please enlighten me on where this mindset came from. But we have the mindset now that we went from, we were raised with it takes a village to raise a child.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they have this mindset now to where I don't need a village, it's just me. You better not say nothing to my baby.
Yeah,
And I cannot, because I can't deal with you or your child or your kids if that's the mindset
If I
that you
can't
have.
discipline them, I can't watch them.
Right.
Cause they
If
do
I
so
can't,
wrong,
if I can't tap
I'm
them,
gonna get them.
if I can't tap them or touch them or talk to them like I do mine, don't send them over
bring
here.
them.
I'm a firm believer.
Don't send them over here. And I'm not gonna send mine to you. Hey Tiffany, I'm not gonna send mine to you and not expect you to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to take care of mine the way I take care of mine.
Exactly.
And if that's not gonna happen, then I can't.
You can't babysit.
I can't babysit. My kid can't come with you. Yours can't come over here. Because if you don't parent, we don't necessarily have to have the exact same parenting techniques, but I need for us to be on some type of the same level. Like with sis, when I grab the belt and I go in there, you know that anybody in there finna get tagged. And I don't need to come back to attitude from sis because I tagged her kids while I got my kids.
I think it's all about trust,
And vice versa.
too.
I let sis know when you go in there. If mine act up, get snatched up. Snatch him up. Tag him. If he doing wrong, snatch him up. Just like you snatch yours up. Matter of fact, do him first so he know it ain't no favoritism. Like I just
Exactly.
get him in line. Get him in line.
I agree, girl. I agree. And then another thing, I have wrote down some pointers. Somebody said food.
Food.
I
Food
think
is
we're
a major
more
issue.
educated now, and I think we live better now. I think a lot of us have more money than we grew up with, so we have more choices as to what we're gonna eat and not eat. And I remember folks talking about
more choices.
I think
government cheese and
I
Five
think we
Below
work
now.
so much. It's hard. It's harder for us to want to sit down and prepare meals with our kids. That's why I try. I try
Having kids,
show
the brain
them,
development hasn't.
try to show them a little something in the kitchen.
Right.
Every
Right.
now and then.
Tiffany, kids having kids.
Oh God.
Kids having kids.
And they
Like
don't know better.
that's a big.
But I don't really think I don't think that's a bigger factor because even in slavery days, kids were having kids,
And
but
they
they still made sure that they, even when they didn't have nothing, pack the piss in or window, throw it at us. They still tried to make sure that kids knew
Kids still came.
they still came first,
That
and that's how we
mindset.
got to this.
That
Part of it
mindset.
makes me wonder because lately I've seen a lot of grandmothers step up and raise the kid.
Yeah,
But I kind of feel like a little bit more pressure should be applied to the parents. In some situations, the parents just can't. I understand.
now
that.
with me, and that was actually
sometimes you
that
just
was
can't.
actually another topic that I really wanted to do about parenting when part-time parenting versus full-time parenting. Because those that know me know that Jordan, my oldest, does not live with me full-time. He lives with his dad's mother full-time.
But he always over here.
But Jordan has, I don't know how many homes. Jordan, my house is home, his nana's house is home, my mama's house is home, his great-grandmother's house is home. He has a lot of homes. But I feel like
He got a lot of villages.
he got a lot of villages.
And I feel like
He
that's
has a lot of villages. And I feel like now back in the day, there was a point where I felt bad. Like I felt like a horrible, horrible person. I felt like a horrible woman. I felt like a horrible mother because I did not have my child with me full time. But it took me to sit and talk to God and reflect and then look at my reasonings. Like I try not to down other women who don't have their kids full time because depending on circumstances.
I think that takes a strong woman to do that.
And that's where I got to the point
because
it used to make me feel so bad. You know, everybody got something to say around, especially around Mother's Day. Where the people make the post that's saying if you ain't got your kids, you not a mother, so you can't say Happy Mother's Day. You can't. And I don't feel like that's fair. I don't feel like it's right because I feel like it's circumstantial. It depends on what that situation was. And I know for me, I was 16 when I got pregnant with Jordan. I was 17 when I had him. I was still in school.
You were a baby yourself.
I was a baby. I didn't know. Like, mama raised me well, but I didn't know. That was a decision that I made being fast. It had nothing to do with my mama. And I think that was a part of the reason why I kept that stigma for so long, too, because I felt like it said something negative about my mama and her parents or whatever. But that was allowing Jordan to go live with his grandmother was a decision that I made because postpartum depression hit me hard.
That's so
like full transparency. I was 17 when I had Jordan. When he was about 3 months old, that's when my postpartum got at its worst. I spent a week and some change at Baptist on the 8th floor of the psych ward because my mind was just gone. Like I couldn't focus. I couldn't snap back. I couldn't do nothing. Like I couldn't. And Lisa got Jordan. Lisa was like, Nika, if you need me, I got you. Bring him here. He can stay here for as long as you need him to stay here. And not saying that my mama couldn't do it or wouldn't do it. Lisa just offered it first.
You're right.
Lisa stepped in first. And I was like, okay.
Right.
Take him. I can't do it. So my first reason for doing it was because I knew I was not mentally there. I was 18 years old. I was not mentally there. And then as time progressed, I got Jordan back several times. But then it stepped into the relationship that I was with Justin's father at the time. We were on and off for 8 years. And that 8 years was so full of trauma and drama and abuse and everything else. And it got to the point to where I felt like Jordan is safer over there.
You did the right thing.
And I felt, and now it's to the point, like it was like, I don't want to bring him over here. He can't see this. He can't see what's going on over here. Like I can't expose him to this because I know that I'm not well. I know that stuff over here is not the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
So keep him over there. I come get him. You know, I come see him. We hang out, you know, whatever. But I can't have him over here because he can't. But then at the same time, I wasn't tired yet. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that I didn't want him over there exposed to what was going on.
A million times.
But you wasn't ready.
But I wasn't tired yet. It wasn't until I got tired, for real, with my situation to where I was like, okay.
That's it.
And I had to do it for me. And then now, he's 13 years old. Okay, we've sat down and had this discussion so many times. Jordan knows my door is always open. Jordan can come here full time if he wants to. I will never tell him that he cannot live with me. However, I feel like at this point in the game, some will call me a bad mother because I don't have him full time, period. But I would say that I would be a bad mother if I took him from the only stability that he knows and moved him over here with me full time, knowing that I still ain't got it.
You trying to make me cry.
I'm just saying,
trying
it's
not to
facts.
cry.
It's
At
facts.
any moment,
I'm
yeah.
trying
It's
not to
facts.
cry.
Like I'm doing those that know me, that have been with me throughout this journey all these years. Those that know they know that I have come a long way. I have never, right-handed guy, I have never been this stable. I have never been this stable. I've been at my job, and I'm putting a lot out there. This probably ain't got nothing to do with this topic.
That means
but,
somebody needs to hear this.
But I've been at my job. Me and my mama just talked about this the other day. I've been at my job a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. When I tell y'all I've never had a job this long, consecutive, I've never held a job down this long. I've either quit or I've gotten fired or something. I have never held a job down this long consecutive. Mm-hmm. I've been at my job over a year and a half. I've had the apartment before I moved here. I was in that apartment for about 4 years straight by myself, holding it by myself. I had never, it was at a point to where I had never completed a full lease.
Wow.
I had never completed a full lease. And now I'm going into multiple years by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've come a long way, but I still don't feel like I'm steady or stable enough to where I would be okay with saying, okay, Jordan, come back here. And be with me full time. And I feel like as a woman, it takes a lot to be able to take, because the selfish part of me, selfish part of me wants to be, that's my son, he needs to be here with me. But then the mother in me is like, okay, it ain't about you. It ain't about what you want. It ain't about what you need. He needs that stability. He needs that stability, and if he has it over there, let him stay there. He can be over here as much as he wants to. He can come over here whenever, stay as long, whatever. It does not matter to me. But I would not uproot him from his stability and bring him into my almost.
Right.
I'm not gonna take him from definite to almost. I can't do that.
For me, it's the same thing, especially when it comes to my girls with they daddy, and then the situation with my oldest and then my youngest, his daddy. It's like it's real complicated for me because I have youngest whose daddy will every now and then say, you know, I could take him.
Speak up a little bit.
I can hear you.
I could take
him. Come on, because you looking real cute, girl.
Y'all can't with his hair.
Look at her hair.
Can't with his hair, baby.
Look at her come through.
Yes,
yeah, but every now and then he'll hit me with the, you know, I could take him here and there, or 1 minute here, 1 minute there. You know, those little spurts be okay, but it's not as helpful as it could be in the long run. Being that, especially, you know, of course he needs his mother, but he needs his father as well. He got so used to seeing us in the household together. I realized how traumatic it was for him,
traumatic for kids.
you know, and him trying to adjust to that, not being able to see us in the household
everyday mom
together.
and dad.
Yeah, and then with my girl's daddy and him wanting to take on those responsibilities, but not having anything to help with those responsibilities. That's a tug and pull for me. Like it's a back and forth for me, because it's not like I don't want you to. I want you to be involved. I want you to take on those responsibilities and be a father, and you know, be there for your girls and show them what a man truly is supposed to be in their lives, because I didn't have that. But at the same time, you can't show them something that you don't possess right now.
You can't give what you
and
don't
I
have.
can't give you the opportunity to do that, and you're not showing me anything more than that.
Because the opportunities are only an opportunity when you're prepared.
Yes.
If you're not prepared, it's not an opportunity.
And I'm really on the fence about it, because I mean, I do know he truly loves them, but at the same time, I'm just like, no, you're not financially there. You're not, you know, physically there. You're not mentally there, and you're definitely not stable home-wise. Right. In order to provide that for them, especially with my oldest having all her medical issues.
She's there.
Hey, Miss Tanya, you can be there. Hey, girl.
That tying that in to those kids and making sure that even though you want them to have that other parent there,
but your top priority as a mom is the kid.
It's the kid.
And I wanted to back up. I commend you when you said you went to Baptist, because I struggle with it. I looked it up. It's like postpartum. It's not depression. It's like, yes. And I struggled so bad. I was so afraid to reach out. I put the judgment on by taking my kids, and I struggled struggled. So I commend you for that. I really do. I do. And for letting your baby still stay. I really do commend you for that. It takes a big woman to do that.
It took a lot. It took a lot, and sometimes it still does, because I know for the longest, he went in my room, baby. I don't know why y'all playing hide and seek. Y'all can fix that. It took a lot, because especially when he was younger, like I would get it from family, I would get it from friends.
People are so mean.
So judgmental. So judgmental, and talk about. And I think that too, to go back to the whole topic thing. I think that's a generational mindset, because back in the day, it wasn't no thing for daughter to have a baby and mama raised the baby. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't no thing.
Raised me. She didn't get judgment for that.
But see, I got judged. Nika just gave her baby
away. It's a change of time.
I was judged by my whole entire family. I was first of all looked at as the one on the pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
I was because my mama, all she talked about when she talked about her kids, all she talked about was how Candace gets straight A's and she's going to college and she's doing all of this stuff. And then, mind you, I wasn't the first one to get pregnant, but I was the first one to actually have my baby. I was the last one to lose my virginity and the first one to have the baby. Out of all the siblings, all the cousins, all the friends in the family. And
you get parents tolerate a lot more than we do.
Yeah. I was just having it. You know, I was having it. My mama didn't know what she wanted to do. She was back and forth.
Right.
Is you gonna have this abortion or is you gonna keep this baby? Like, I'm back and forth. I'm mad at you, but I'm happy. I'm gonna be a grandma, but no.
It's like not the situation they wanted, because I know this kind of off topic maybe a little bit, but like today, two of my coworkers judged me for getting a divorce and try to be like, well, if you knew this when you got married, you knew this. I'm like, you don't know.
Right,
what
you have absolutely no idea what happened.
What the situation
Are you
was.
serious? Like, how many police reports? How many? You don't know what I went through. And I'm a survivor. I'm a domestic violence survivor, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed. None of it. No, I could be dead. My kids could be dead. They could be with somebody else. And I don't take that lightly. But yeah, they in my face, or you gotta get divorce this and this seriously. And I'm just like, wow. I'm glad I'm a strong person. I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna clap back at you. And I just went on and left work.
Sometimes you just gotta
I'm just like, I'm not this, because y'all don't know what I went through. You know, you don't know, and you just can't be judgmental. And I think that's too dangerous with kind of parent having a favorite, because I was my mama's favorite. I was up there. I made all A's. I went to college. I did this. Then I got married. Then it was a bad marriage, and I got divorced. So it kind of everybody looking at me like,
and everybody looking at you, turning their nose up.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I stayed married for so long, because I did not want the backlash and the judgment.
Ooh.
So I stayed in an abusive marriage for years because I did not want people to know, because I was supposed to be the one that had it all together.
I was talked about so bad.
So people still talking about me, and I don't even care to my face behind I'm tall.
Miss Tanya just said a good one now. Now, first of all, Miss Tanya said that us younger parents, she's an old school parent. But she said us younger parents, we tolerate a lot more. We put up a lot more. And then she just came back and said, you know, back then you couldn't even be in grown folks' mouth.
Let me look at like this. What you looking at?
Get out my mouth.
Get out my mouth. Now parents talk about.
I didn't even know what that meant. Like I used to didn't even know what get out my mouth mean. I'm like, my mama over here.
That means your mouth. You trying to figure out what I'm talking about,
right? You all over here, all in the conversation.
Because some stuff is not for kids' ears. They don't need that information. So I totally agree with that.
But nowadays, you got. I'm not just gonna say mothers, but you have parents now that will sit up and let their kids not only listen to the conversation they got going on with Auntie and them, but they joining in the conversation.
2 cents about
giving their opinion on what Auntie and them talking about. And I'm just like, am I on the wrong? No, Miss Tanya.
No, you're right.
You right. You right in the pocket target, baby. You right in the pocket, baby.
You right about that.
We talking about it all. Cause it's a lot of differences. It's a lot of stuff that
generational curses.
It's generational.
Girl, that's let me fall out.
Girl,
I had to take it
another day.
I almost forgot it was wine in my cup. I was going to drop it till I remembered it was wine. I'm not joking. It's Colorado.
And I had that conversation with my sister. Yeah, I'm a nerd. I like to read like the research. That's my background. And I read somewhere that people, because my family love really hard, it's like people who experience trauma love really hard. And I experienced trauma as a child. So I love so hard. And then it to a point where it's detrimental to me.
Yeah.
So I have to learn how to balance out my love for people. So that's something that I'm learning. That generational curse stuff.
I just started.
You can't love somebody more you love yourself than you give me yourself. And that's what I did to the point I didn't recognize me anymore. I looked in the mirror, I didn't know who I was.
You know what? I'm happy to recognize this.
Yeah, I like this.
Here.
I like this.
I've been looking at since I was 19 years old.
And then there she is.
And here she is. And here she is.
I know.
I feel like a part of breaking that generational curse and what you say?
You have to get up and leave the room when grown folks was talking. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. You did. I'm still saying my kids gone now. Are we talking codes?
I think, and anybody got time to keep. I can't keep
cold.
up. The way my mind set up, I can't keep up with metaphors. Look, I can't keep up metaphors and analogies that
We
are
tired of
like
talking about crayons.
See, my kids can't spell. I can spell it. So I said,
Yeah.
I told Dad, you want I spelled out Chuck E. Cheese? Because I didn't know if he was going to say yes or no, and they want them to hear it. So I spelled it out.
The way my attention span, my memory is set up, I can't, because I be like, okay, so where we at in the metaphor? Like, where we at in the analogy?
Yeah.
Are we still talking about crayons?
Yes.
Or, like, let's see.
Say, what's the setup?
Let's just sit here, my...
No.
Yeah.
What was I saying? I think a part of breaking that generational curse is we have to acknowledge it. And that's one thing.
That's big.
That's one thing
That's big. Covering it up.
like what I've noticed, and I mean it goes back so far as even like the movies and stuff that we watch. Like I would go back and watch them now and see like how much stuff, especially black movies, how much stuff was actually covered up and not talked about, or whatever. And it's like it's the normal. And I thought it was just in our not our household, but in our family. Period.
Community thing.
Where a lot of stuff happens and nobody talks about it. And so now you have what's the little post I seen the other day that was like you have broken broken adults raising broken children. You know, because you have a lot of stuff from your trauma, from your childhood, from your family
and your past
that you never took care of. So now you're trying to raise a healthy child with a broken mentality, and you can't do that without first recognizing it. And I know, like I said in the beginning, I will never ever take anything away from Valerie. Valerie was the best. But one thing about my mommy that I know is my mommy's really not big on emotional talking. You know what I'm saying? Now I think in my 30 years I have seen my mama cry twice. That was when I told her I was pregnant and when my granny died. Only 2 times I've ever seen my mama cry. I think it wasn't until my adult years, like my mid and late 20s, until me and my mama actually had heart-to-heart conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like meaningful, powerful conversations. And it wasn't until my late 20s when, like, I'm real big on Iyanla Vanzant. And what Iyanla says a lot in her show, you know, the Iyanla Fix My Life, is, especially when it comes to mother and children, she continuously asks the mothers, does your children know your story as a woman? And 10 times out of 10, the answer is no, they don't.
But I do.
It wasn't until I was in my late 20s that I found out bits and pieces. I still don't know the whole story, but I found out bits and pieces of my mother's story as a woman.
I don't think we'll never know.
I don't think we'll never know
story,
but
I know a lot of my mama's story.
I said all of that to say that now I try to do stuff like that's one piece that I try to do differently than what my mom did. Like I sit down and I do it. Justin's more emotionally open than Jordan is. Jordan is a little more. He got his daddy in him. He a little bit more guarded. He too cool for that. But me and Justin will sit and we'll have heart-to-heart conversations, and we'll talk about our emotions. And that's one thing that I want for him to be okay with. Like I want him to know that it's okay to cry. It's okay
that's
to talk about
too.
your emotions. It's okay for you to talk about these things. Don't hold them in. Don't bottle them up. Don't think that you're going to get in trouble for speaking your piece. Now I know back in the day
we couldn't speak our mind.
You couldn't say we couldn't say what we wanted to say.
That's
another coming to your mouth.
That's another difference.
This was coming at you.
Yeah.
Full force. And you can't say,
that's another one.
Mama, I don't like it when you do this or you do. I try to make it to where my kids can let me know what it is, how they feel, what their opinion is to a certain extent.
Right, in a respectful manner.
In a respectful manner.
I'm still your mama.
But when I open that door for you.
Right, exactly.
Allow me to open that door for you to let you know that it's okay. Don't just be, Mama, I don't like this. Justin came out the blue the other day, y'all. And I was so caught off guard, I couldn't even be mad, but it was a conversation that we had to have. We were randomly riding in the car on our way to work, because they go to work with me in the morning, and he was just like, Mom, I'm so disappointed in you. Like, what did I do? What did I do? Why is my baby disappointed? And I think it was something stupid. Like, I don't even know what bro was talking about, but it was just like, just in that it was something
just
crazy.
The fact that he felt okay.
He felt safe enough to let me know that, Mama, you did something.
Mama ain't gonna knock my head off for me just telling her to
where I can let you know. Right. I can let you know my truth. And that's my biggest thing. I feel like that would help us so much to break, or to at least start to break that cycle. Because there was so much that I kept inside.
That's how we started.
Because I told my mama plenty of times.
There was so many things.
I couldn't tell my mama.
There was so many. Yeah, you can't. Like, I felt like I couldn't say anything. I couldn't tell you that I was feeling this type of way or thinking like this or whatever. I couldn't tell you that because I wasn't I didn't feel like I was in a safe emotional space.
Right.
My sister hid a pregnancy.
I hid a lot.
She hid a whole pregnancy for 6 months, 8 months technically, but the baby had already been stillborn at 6 months, and that's when she finally decided to come say something. And when we did, me, my older sister, her best friend, we all had to be there. And my mom, the first thing she did was pull out a Louisville Slugger.
Oh.
So, I mean, where do your man go?
On Sis.
On Sis. Yeah, she pulled out a bat.
So then you see what I'm saying? So baseball. You're not going to say anything.
So what do you, how do I come and talk to you about what's going on in my head or what's going on with these boys or in school or what happens on the street when I go outside? No, it's not going to work if I can't come to you and talk to you, sit you down and tell you what's happening
going on
without you going crazy.
Because I grew up suffering in silence. Now, as an adult, I finally feel comfortable to talk to my mama now, no matter how soon I'm grown. I talk to
me and my mama have the best conversations.
We do now. But
there's still a lot that I have not, told my mama. There's still a lot that I haven't said to her about what's, anything.
I agree, Miss Tom.
Thing going on or whatever, but we have the best conversations now. I feel like I'm at a point now to where my biggest thing is feeling safe. I have to feel safe with you, and I'm to a point now to where I feel safe with my mom because I'm grown and I got my own.
Right.
Try to get violent with me, I can leave
and go back home.
Right, and go home. But it's getting to that safe space, and I know it's. I got Jordan's watch on. I have no clue why it's beeping. But and as a child, I didn't feel that safe. I'm pretty sure it was there. I'm not gonna say it wasn't there, but I just didn't feel it because my mama was not always emotionally available for us. At least for me.
And I have something to say. Like, I used to do this, but I've learned that it's bad. I would try to hide it because I didn't want my kids to know that I was hurting, that I was depressed, that I was sad.
And I think that's why my kids cry a lot because they've seen me cry.
And I think it's okay to cry in front of your kids. It's okay for your kids to know that you're not okay.
I
think it should be a balance.
Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying? It should be a balance. I think they should see some emotion, but I feel like our parents, and I know I had that mentality. Well, I want you to be happy. I want you to think everything's okay. And I don't think that's healthy. So now I tell my kids, I'm upset. Mommy is sad. Mommy is angry. Mama needs some space.
Yeah,
so let them know it's okay to ask for a time out. And I tell them, I be like, Mama need a minute to go watch Peppa Pig. Give me a minute.
And I think my kids are more receptive. Like they know.
They can see.
They
know it anyway.
Like,
they can feel it.
Yeah, like
know.
you can't hide it. Like
you cannot.
Like I have.
They pick up on it. What you say?
I know it's a lot of. I don't know why this is like so. I don't want to say glorified, but our generation seems to think that it's so cute to say that you are or that you have this mental disorder and this mental disorder. Like it's something to be happy about.
Some people
seeking, but it's not.
And that's how the mental disorder.
And I let it be known that.
Oh, thank you, Miss Perry.
Hey, mommy. I let it be known.
I have no.
She said, I love this series.
Yes, Miss Tanya.
Okay, don't break it down. We're trying to make this a series.
I have no issue with letting it be known that since I was 14.
They do know. You ain't never got to say nothing.
Kids know when you ain't.
You ain't got to scream. You ain't got to be having an argument.
I let it be known, and I have no issue with letting people know that I was. Well, I wouldn't officially diagnosed until I was like 18. But when I was 14, I was told that I was bipolar manic depressive, bipolar 1 manic depressive, and then now, since the activity stuff that took place, it's PTSD is now attached to that as well. But my kids know when that mental shift happens with me, and. You know, I joke a lot about me going in my room and I close the door, and that's usually where I am. But my kids know the difference between mama closing her door because she just don't feel like being bothered with their foolishness, or mama closing her door because she's not mentally stable in that moment, or you know that bipolar is taking a dark turn, and I just need to be left alone, and they give me that space. And Justin is more. I think Justin is my more emotional
because
baby,
he's more
and he's more sensitive to it. So I think he picks up on it more, and because that's when Justin loves on me more.
Yep,
they do that. You can't get rid of it. Let me give you a kiss, mama.
Right, mama. I just want to love you. I just want to hug you. I just want to be next to you.
They know.
Like Justin had, and I let y'all know, I am a huge fan of therapy. I am a big advocate for therapy. I myself I'm in therapy.
Taylor went to therapy because she even brought it up the other day. She's like, Daddy, why'd you hit mama? And this ain't been in 2 years. He didn't say nothing. I said, Taylor, you know, Daddy's being nicer now. You know, Daddy's not the same person he used to be. And she asked again, Daddy, why'd you hit mama?
Justin, conversations, man.
And I had to talk to her about it. Daddy was bad. Daddy was mean. You know, I have to, because I know it about, because I have PTSD from it. And sometimes mine trigger, and they know, like if I hear a noise or a thump, I just be like, they be like, Mama, it was just you, your mama. They know, because it just makes me go on high alert. Because I'm like, I got to check myself and my kids. What I got to do? How I'm going to survive this? How I'm going to get out of this right now? Your mind goes into, it's amazing how your mind goes into survival mode so quickly. Split seconds. And it just freaks me out when I hear certain noises and I don't know where it's coming from.
I think that they do want to make it better, Miss Tanya, and I think I love my kids so much because I know that they know when something isn't right, and they want to. Okay, Mama, what we need to do? Jordan try to keep me laughing. Jordan try to keep me laughing, and Justin wants to love on me, and I have my therapy. Justin started his therapy today. And because I want them to know, because I know society will say you don't need therapy. If you in therapy, then you
something
crazy.
Wrong with you.
Or the Lord. That's my favorite. I'm a Christian too, but I got a therapist
rocks
too.
with Jesus. I rocks with Jesus all day.
And
I can't.
You need somebody.
Jesus put people in place
for a reason.
God put people in place for a reason. And if this is what their calling is, if this is what they're supposed to do, and this is what I feel like I need, I'm gonna pray on it first. Right. But if that's where I'm directed, then that's where I'm gonna go. Right. Yeah. And it's like I don't have any shame about it.
I tell people all the time, if I have a heart attack, you're not gonna be like, girl, go to church. Go to church. Lord, you need to read your Bible. No, you're gonna be 911 and me get me to the hospital. So mental health is no different. I tell my students all the time, mental health is no different from high blood pressure, diabetes. Take care of your bipolar, your depression, your PTSD, whatever you got going on.
Whatever's going on, take
care of it. Your mind is just as important. I say more so valuable than your body.
And we have to
take care of that.
I know growing up when I had my my episodes. You know, when I had my episodes of different stuff, like I was told that I was being dramatic. Nika just dramatic. Nika just attention seeking. I was told at one point that I was embarrassing my mama because I told my counselor that I wanted to kill myself. But in that moment, I really did. That's how I felt. That was my truth. I wanted to kill myself.
But you were speaking out because you wanted to help.
But I was told that I was embarrassing my mother.
Because a lot of people don't know that that's something that's happened. That's something very real that's happened to multiple kids. I was one of them. That actually, you don't know what else to do. Your mind is so wrapped up in everything that is going on that you actually do try. You just want to take your life.
You just want to break from your mind.
Right. You just want to be free.
You just want to
let go.
Because when I was married, I was pregnant. I thought I was pregnant with Junior, and I had Taylor. She was a little baby, and I felt trapped. And I still had my pills in there for my surgery. I was going to take all of them. I'm like, I'm not going to bring another baby in this relationship. Okay. And I felt like I was a burden on people, calling people because he done jumped on me, calling people because the police at my house. And I felt like a burden. Like, well, if I just kill myself and this baby I'm pregnant with, ain't nobody got to worry about it no more. I won't be a burden. Grown woman, agreed up. Good job. I'm a burden. And I'm like, Taylor can go live with somebody else.
But it's not really.
And that's what I felt. That was my truth. I felt like I was a burden.
It's not really you. I felt like a burden as well. My oldest, who's about to be 11 next month, and I had him.
But you made it.
Yes, by the grace of God.
Ever since I didn't have the luxury. And if I did, if somebody would have offered that to me, even living in the house with my mom, if somebody would have offered to me the option to help me out or to be there for me or be in my corner, like that would have been something completely different. I'd have loved that. Right. But I didn't have anybody else. And my son seen stuff he was not supposed to see. He grew up seeing, mommy get dragged through hallways and stuff. It's certain things that their kids are just not supposed to see.
We can't even handle it. That's why I got PTSD.
I know, like now, just watching him, I try to give him some kind of leeway, especially when it comes to his emotions and him being a male, because he's told constantly, "You're not supposed to cry. Oh, you're too,
I can't stand that.
you're too funny acting, or you're gay acting, or you're soft or whatever." But you're not being soft, you're being emotional. And that's the problem with a lot of guys now today with their emotions. They don't know how to express them. So they hit you or they go upside your head or something of the sort. Cheating on you. They go to anything and everything that they can, other than expressing their emotions. That's one thing that's tied into what they saw and the generations.
A lot of people are so homophobic now. Because I hate when guys have to be like, man, no homo. No, I love you. Why I got to be like, I love you, man, no homo? It's real.
I mean, it don't matter what you are. As long as, for me, it don't matter what you are. As long as you're okay with what you are. As long as you're expressing what you are. Don't hide it.
Right, exactly.
There's no need to hide it. We all out here now.
That's how I feel.
We all out here now. It's out in the open. Just be open to yourself.
Be true to yourself.
Yeah.
And my only thing is, I don't think you should impose it on others, but just love yourself. I had a friend and I'm just like, hey, I don't. And she kept trying it. Like we worked together. I could go to HR on her because she kept on pushing up on me. Like if you want to do that, that's cool. That's just not my thing. But I just think if it's your thing, cool. I don't think you should try to push it on other people. And that's another generational thing we have to deal with now. Because you see women kissing on TV, men kissing. I didn't see that growing up. Or books in school talking about like satanic, and they're not anymore. The change of the times. It's
so different now. It's so different. You don't see folks out here teaching their kids how to jump rope.
No, it's here you go. Here's a tablet. Here's an iPad. Here's this.
I don't even think they pass out condoms no more.
Well, I try to give it to the kids at school. They don't come get them no more, but they want them pregnancy tests like Skittles. I be like, if you use your condoms in your birth control, baby, first you don't need to be doing it. But secondly, if you gonna do it, get some condoms and birth control, so you won't catch none or have a baby you're not ready for.
That goes back to the generational mindset, like with the whole picture of the event that I have posted for this live. where it shows like back, the little cartoon that's on there. It shows back in the 60s, it was the mother and the father with the test with the F on it that's yelling at the kid, about what's going on with these grades. And then nowadays, you got the parents and the child holding the test, and they hollering at the teachers like it's the teacher's fault. Like, I remember growing up, baby, my mama didn't talk to the teacher. When we had, I made
trying to figure out what I got going on here.
I made good grades on my test. It was Sean. It was Sean. Sean was
the
one.
Parties. I had the pizza parties. The pizza parties.
Yeah, all eight on the roll over here. But it was Sean. That Sean was the one that was, had the bad grades and all that stuff. But
hey, ring the bell when y'all change the subject.
Yeah. Sorry, we just everywhere.
My bad.
Everywhere.
My mind be all over the place. But I know, like, Valerie I have never seen my mama go up to the school hollering at the teacher about a bad grade that not me, but that my brother made. Like, because that's not how that works. That's not what you do. Like, that's not how and when did it become the teacher's fault while your child is failing, or while your child is getting in trouble. Now
unless they actually not doing their job.
Right. I was just going to say, unless they're not doing their job, and that's another generational thing. It's not generational parenting, it's just another generational thing. So where it's now, you lazy now. Like, you letting YouTube videos and all this other stuff teach your kids. Rather than you actually coming up with your own curriculum and teaching this class is like you're getting paid to do, regardless of if you're not getting paid what you need to be getting paid or not, you're still getting paid, so you should teach. You should still have quality teaching. Right. But back in the day, it was we as the children, we were held responsible for the grades that we produced. We were held responsible for the behavior that we displayed. That's the only job you had.
That's your job.
School, you act right.
That was the only job you had was to go to school and get your education.
And I think too, parents are.
Miss Tanya, I got it. She told me to get. She said, "Get off my boy Shanti." Look, I gotta get on him because he the only one. You the only one.
And I think too,
because I was good. So, I was the good one.
And I think too that a lot of parents don't reflect on their parenting. They deflect it to the instructor because a lot of times parents just throw them in the TV in front of YouTube, whatever. Because they don't want to fool with them. That's your child first. You need to start teaching them at home, baby, before you send them somewhere else.
A lot of them didn't learn nothing in school, so they can't teach their kids nothing.
True. See, I have to fight for my education. My teacher thought I was going to be lazy, but I wasn't the one. You was going to teach me. I fought for my education.
Miss Tanya, we got to do a part 2 because there's a lot of, I don't even know what
I
time
didn't think it was so broad. I think we had time at 7-11. This is such a broad topic.
It is.
I didn't know it was going to be so broad.
It's so many, because there's so many generational differences.
It is.
And then it goes into so much more. Like, it's so deep. This thing is so deep. Like, the generational parenting is so freaking deep. There's so much.
We need this to be a series. We got to get topics so we can stay on the topic.
Y'all, we're going to keep coming back with these series. It's going to have to be. And I'm going to have to go back and rewatch this and pull topics out of each one. Like, generational. Okay.
I got a couple I wrote down.
I know that.
So we're going to do a whole generational parenting series. And it's going to be, I think we should do one on mental illness. I think we should do one on gender roles. Wow. And y'all let me know if y'all agree or not. But I think, mental illness and generational parenting. Gender roles and generational parenting, because I really feel like that's a good one. What was the other one? Girl, I can't even think. It was right there. I can't think. What my mom said?
I really feel like the gender roles is a real good topic.
She said you active in school, you got your butt whooped. Y'all,
right there in school
with the leather belt, tried to whoop me at school and they wouldn't let her.
My mama didn't have to come to the school
but
with me.
It was my teacher was picking on me, and my mama, I got whoopings, y'all, and she didn't believe me. But when I finally came to the door, I said, "Mama, he was picking on me. I wasn't doing those things. I really wasn't." And then I got disciplined down as one of mine.
Look at my bathroom. That the mama that should be in the bathroom.
I got discipline.
We didn't even get on discipline.
Religion, eating habits, sleep habits. Because I remember in the stay real late, my kids going to bed. Some
8 o'clock.
Go to bed.
What time is it?
I really want you to bed at 7:30. I remember going to bed like at 9 and 10 and stuff in school. I can't deal with you that long. You got to go to bed.
No, my mama made us we had to go to bed at least by 9:30.
Yeah.
I make my kids
go to bed at 7:30, 8 latest. I'll be trying to.
What does Tanya say? I can't read that for y'all.
I'm sorry. Or Amazon Prime or Netflix.
She gonna call Netflix or Amazon Prime.
She's so funny. But
Okay,
anyway,
so
I
we
guess we won't keep y'all any longer, but we'll bring this
Because
back.
I just realized we passed 7 o'clock.
are.
It's about 7:15 now, so we didn't
We gotta go.
We started late. We had technical difficulties because my phone was tripping, and
And the stand.
and the stand was tripping, y'all. And I'm not even gonna take that. I'm gonna post that video too when my phone almost failed. I think it came back and played again. But y'all, all I saw was my deductible going up. But we are. I didn't really realize how big, how broad this was, and how deep.
Topic.
How deep it was, but we will come back. We will make this a series. We have to.
I think generational curses to be one too.
That's the one I was thinking. Generational curses. That in itself. So we gonna break this down.
We are.
And if there's anything that we're missing as far as generational parenting and the differences on how it was then and how it is now, good, bad, indifferent, whatever, let us know. We'll incorporate it. If you would like to be a part of the live, let us know. You can always join in. If Candy is off, she'll be here. This is Sis. This is Candace. We'll be back, y'all.
This is great, y'all.
We'll
And the song she picked.
I did the original. Was it by Frankie
Beverly
May, and then I did the remake by Beyonce. I thought that was kind of cute.
Yeah.
So we got to figure something out for later.
This is good, y'all.
We'll come back. I think today we just did a broad overview, but
what's to come?
Given these next couple weeks, we'll break it down.
Yeah, we gonna press.
We will break it down. We have to break it down, and let us know. Let us know what y'all want to do. We'll talk about it. We'll break it down. It should be some Tylenol, ibuprofen,
It's the
Motrin, and then this something. It's got to be discussed. It's got to be discussed.
I didn't know it was gonna be this deep, Nick.
I didn't.
In the library. I'm like, I thought we was gonna struggle with what to talk about.
I did too. I thought we were
I said,
like,
Lord, how we gonna talk about for an hour?
But one thing just jumps into another one, and you have to.
This is serious.
But they're all so deep. They're all so serious that they deserve their own
respectful time.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's so
agree.
much. It's so much.
Is.
And then clearly for each person there's a different story. You know what I'm saying? There's a different story. Whether it's similar or completely different. It's a different story, it's a different experience, it's a different level of truth. And then you have your older generation and then the generation we're in now. You know, and how it affects all of us. Because
ideally it does. All of us.
Like we'll be back.
We'll be back, y'all.
We'll be back next week, y'all. We don't even
bye.
have to.
Thank you, Miss Perry. Bye. Thank you, Miss Tongue. You said bye. Great combo. All right. Next week.
We'll see y'all next week. Have a wonderful evening and a great and safe weekend. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Bye. Thank you for watching. Girl, I had a rough day. This did me some good. When I folks started judging me about my divorce, I was like, really? They kind of hurt my feelings.
I wasn't mentally prepared this time. I'm gonna have to cry.
I almost cried. When you said it, girl, you said it.
Big ugly cry, girl. That's what I want to do, but I can't.
I want to cry. I want to cry with you. Okay, so I just hit finish. You gonna hit it?